Assalamu alaikum viewers. Today is the third video of general embryology in which we study about oogenesis. Now, what the word oogenesis mean? Oo mean ovum, genesis mean production. Now, uh, what is the definition of oogenesis? It is the process of production of mature ovum ready for fertilization by the sperm. This is the definition. Now come to the oogenesis site. Oogenesis occur in the cortex of the ovary. Third, what are the aim of oogenesis? There are two aim of oogenesis. Number one, reduction of number of chromosome from diploid to haploid, mean from 46 to 23. Second aim is increase the size of the ovum from 30 micron to 120 microns. These are the two aims because at the end one ovum is produced and three polar bodies is produced which has less cytoplasm, and these three polar bodies disappear and one large size ovum is remain. Now come to the age incidence, in which age oogenesis occur. Oogenesis occur during the fertile period of the female. And what is the fertile period of the female? From puberty to before menopause. And oogenesis starting from puberty 11 to 14 years and ending at menopause from 40 to 45 years. During this fertile period, one mature ovum is developed in the ovary every 28 days, mean each month. Now come to the mechanism, mean steps of oogenesis. Mechanism of oogenesis. The primitive female germ cell are called the oogonia, which lie in the cortex of the ovary. Mean initially there is a oogonia which lie in the cortex of the ovary, which is a primitive female germ cell. At puberty, each ovary contain about 40,000 oogonia. Each oogonium is surrounded by a layer of flat epithelial cell called follicular cell. And when oogonium surrounded by flat layer of epithelial cell which is called follicular cell, now in this stage oogonium to become primary oocyte. Next is the oogenesis includes two processes. There are two processes in oogenesis. Number one is the maturation of the primary oocyte itself, or development of the oogonium or oogenesis. Second is the maturation of the follicular cell, or development of follicular cell. Now, in maturation of the primary oocyte itself, to become a mature ovum containing the haploid number of chromosome. In maturation of the follicular cell around the oocyte to become a mature follicle for protection of ovum and production of hormone like progesterone. Now, the first process is the maturation of the follicular cell or development of the oogonium or oogenesis. Now come to the steps. First, there is oogonium which contain diploid number of chromosome. Then, due to with the help of mitosis, oogonium divide into with the help of mitosis, oogonium growth and differentiate into primary oocyte, and with the help of meiosis, primary oocyte divide into secondary oocyte and first polar body. Then secondary oocyte with the help of mitosis divide into ovum or oocyte and second polar body. Now at the end one ovum is produced and three polar bodies is produced. One is second polar body and two is the first polar body, and these three polar body disappear and at the end there will be one ovum. Now come to the detail. First, The oogonium, the most primitive female germ cell, contain the diploid number of chromosome. Second, it grow and becomes surrounded by a single layer of follicular cell to become the primary oocyte. Now the primary oocyte plus follicular cell. Remember, this is the primary oocyte plus follicular cell are called primary follicle. In primary follicle, there is a primary oocyte plus follicular cell. Third is that the primary oocyte undergo meiosis to give secondary oocyte, a large cell containing 23 chromosomes, mean haploid, and first polar body, a small cell with little amount of cytoplasm. And next is the secondary oocyte undergo mitosis to give ooted or mature ovum and the second polar body. Now the first polar body divided into two by mitosis, then the three polar bodies disappear and only one large cytoplasm ovum will remain for fertilization. Second process is the maturation of the follicular cell around primary oocyte, or also known as formation of Grafian follicle. Now, in development of follicular cell, the simple flat epithelial cell which surround the primary oocyte start to enlarge and become cuboidal, then simple columnar which divide, forming many layers around the oocyte. The follicular cell now deposit a glycoprotein substance which surround the oocyte and known as Zona, pellucida, and the follicular cell are now called Granulosa cell. Now, when follicular cell around oocyte, when follicular cell deposit glycoprotein, this glycoprotein is known as Zona pellucida, which surround the oocyte, and the cell responsible for Zona pellucida is the Granulosa cell. In many MCQs question, this MCQs come, Zona pellucida is deposited by Granulosa cell, and Zona pellucida is a glycoprotein. Next is the formation of the Grafian follicle, and we already studied what is primary follicle. On the right side, the primary oocyte plus follicular cell are called primary follicle. And what is the Grafian follicle? Small irregular spaces appear between the granulosa cell. The granulosa cell which release Zona pellucida, the small irregular spaces appear between the granulosa cell and later join each other to form one large cavity, the follicular cavity, which is filled with the follicular fluid, and this fluid is secreted by follicular cell and contain estrogen hormones. This structure is called the Grafian follicle. Now this structure is called Grafian follicle. Now come to the detail of the mature Grafian follicle. What is mature Grafian follicle? It is the end result of growth of the primary follicle. The primary oocyte surrounded by a single layer of follicular cell. It is the end result of growth. Now site of Grafian follicle, site in the cortex of the ovary, very close to its surface. Next, size is half to 1 centimeter. Next, shape and structure, it is spherical vesicle formed up. Look at diagram on the left side. It is spherical vesicle with central follicular cavity, and in eccentric, mean other than center, there is a oocyte also present. Now the shape and structure, it is spherical vesicle formed of follicular wall and follicular cavity. The follicular wall formed of two layers. The outer layer of follicular wall is known as outer is the fibrous layer which is known as theca externa, and inner is the vascular layer which is known as theca interna. And the follicular cavity is a crescent shape and filled with a follicular fluid containing estrogen and secreted by follicular cell. Third, in structure of the mature Grafian follicle, there is a oocyte which is surrounded by follicular cell called cumulus ooporus and having eccentric position, meaning other than center, in the follicle attached to the wall of the vesicle by collection of cell called discus proligerus. This is the structure of the Grafian follicle. Now come to the fate of Grafian follicle and the ovum. What will be the fate of ovum and fate of Grafian follicle? The mature Grafian follicle rupture at the time of ovulation means release of egg. Release the mature ovum which is sucked into the fallopian uterine tube which where it lie waiting for fertilization. Now, if fertilization of the ovum take place, the zygote is formed. If no fertilization occur, the ovum die after 24 to 36 hours. This time is necessary for important for MCQs. The ruptured Grafian follicle is transformed into a yellow body. Again, MCQs point called corpus luteum, which secrete progesterone, the fate of which depend whether fertilization occur or not. At ovulation, the ovum is released from the ruptured Grafian follicle, which some layer of follicular cell called corona radiata. Mean when ovulation occur, around egg there is some layer of follicular cell which is known as corona radiata. Now, in this whole topic, the important points are the site of oogenesis. Next is the incidence like puberty age and menopause, and in mechanism there is the primary follicle, Grafian follicle, Zona pellucida. These are the important points. Granulosa cell, first polar body, second polar body, and Grafian follicle. And next is the mature Grafian follicle structure, and its layer like theca externa, theca interna, and last is the corpus luteum, and the ovum after 24 to 36 hour ovum die if no fertilization occur, and next is the corona radiata. Now today this is all about oogenesis. In next video we will discuss about menstrual cycle and ovarian cycle. Now I already upload 2 video of general embryology, which is the gametogenesis, spermatogenesis, and this is the oogenesis. Now today our topic is complete. If you like my video, press the like button and share this video with your friends. If you are new to my channel, subscribe my channel by pressing the red subscribe button, and also press the bell icon in order to receive my each new video notification. For watching my videos, I am very thankful to you. Thank you very much.